Last November, BTS launched the Love Myself campaign with UNICEF, building on our belief that true love first begins with loving myself.
Loving yourself is a message BTS has taught millions to do. So in today's video, we will show you 5 ways in which we practice loving ourselves in our day-to-day lives. So the first way that we practice loving ourselves is by reading a personalized mission statement as soon as we wake up and right before going to bed. Now, if you don't know what a personal mission statement is, it is basically a summary of your core values or a reminder of your beliefs to help steer you throughout your day. I actually got this from one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich, after graduating university in a vulnerable time in my life. This helped my mental health so much, as well as my self-image, and ultimately helped me in learning to love myself. This method is called auto-suggestion, in which you subconsciously adopt an idea by repeating something to yourself daily. By repeating something to yourself so frequently day after day, you begin to start to believe it and actually feel better about yourself. To get started, I would recommend writing about 1 to 3 paragraphs about things you love about yourself or some strengths that you see in yourself. And if you need an example or want one already pre-made for you to download, just click the link down below because we have that already supplied for you.
Oh, thank God. Oh, oof, I feel like writing.
The second way that we practice loving ourselves is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness, in short, is for being able to intensely focus on what you are currently sensing or feeling without any judgment and without actually thinking about it. This is very important to us because we have a bad habit of overthinking, and I'm sure many of you guys can relate. We live in an information age, and I would argue an over-information age, because we're getting an overload of it coming from all angles. With this information, we can easily get lost in comparing ourselves or overthinking ourselves into anxiety or even depression. The Power of Now is a great book that helped our mental health and our standard of living. Here is a quote from the book.
Your mind is an instrument, a tool. It is there to be used for a specific task, and when the task is completed, you lay it down. As it is, I would say about 80 to 90% of most people's thinking is not only repetitive and useless, but because of its dysfunctional and often negative nature, much of it is also harmful. It causes a serious leakage of vital energy. The key to liberation is the present moment.
That was so deep. I'm hungry. We try to practice our mindfulness through meditation. Our current favorite meditation app is called Balance. On Balance, there are so many meditation courses that you could take, like happiness, sleep, focus, energy levels, etc. I constantly catch myself meditating through the midday as a sort of refresh button or a slow down and enjoy what you're doing today.
The third way that we practice loving ourselves is to be nice to ourselves. We recently learned this lesson the hard way, as we used to be so hard on ourselves, always demanding more and being an extremely hard critic on ourselves. Everything we did was not enough, and we could always do a better job. The little voice or critic in our head drove us to almost insanity on some days. It wasn't until we heard Namjoon's quote at the United Nations where he said,
And maybe I made a mistake yesterday, but yesterday's me is still me. Today, I am who I am with all of my faults and my mistakes. Tomorrow, I might be a tiny bit wiser, and that'd be me too. These faults and mistakes are what I am, making up the brightest stars in the constellation of my life. I have come to love myself for who I am, for who I was, and for who I hope to become.
This quote taught us to love our mistakes as well as our flaws because it is a part of who we are. Treat yourself with respect. Be easier and lighter going on yourself if you deal with this issue. Calm the little voice inside your head always telling you to do more or to do it better. Because it is okay to take it easy sometimes, and it is certainly okay to make mistakes. Those mistakes are only temporary, but the knowledge and experience you gain from those mistakes will last a lifetime. Remember, familia, life goes on. And you are strong, always have and always will be. But realize it is completely okay to be weak sometimes. We are all human after all.
The fourth way that we practice self-love is by being physically active. We try to get our heart rate going daily, either by going to the gym, doing some jumping jacks in the living room, doing a walk around the neighborhood, or even playing hide and go seek with Rocky. Rocky! Where are you? No, I'm scared of the dark. Rocky? Rocky, where are you?
Rocky! Rocky, buddy! Rocky! Yeah, he's not in here. Rocky!
Our personal favorite way to get our heart rate going is lifting weights. We encourage you to find what's more enjoyable for you, add it to your daily routine, and see how much better you feel. A study conducted by UCLA Health found that exercising has mood-altering benefits by greater than 40%. It even linked to lower accounts of anxiety, stress, depression, and other emotional concerns. The exercises that you do don't have to be intense either. Just find what you love to do and what you find most enjoyable personally. The same study showed that even the less rigorous activities like home chores or yoga still help tremendously with mental health.
The fifth way that we practice loving ourselves is by excluding ourselves from negative environments and/or circles. If there are certain people or things in your life draining you of your energy or removing your happiness, it is completely okay for you to step away for your own mental health's sake. Remember to protect your own energy. And as Namjoon would say, if you want to love others, you should love yourself first. Tim Ferriss of the 4-Hour Workweek actually taught us about this, as at first we were actually nervous to back away from certain negative friends or groups. He argued that firing certain friends or retiring from certain social groups was not mean at all. It was actually practical to do. And he actually gave a nice reminder that poisonous and toxic people do not deserve your time. Have you ever heard of the quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you hang around most with"? Well, it is very, very true. Do not underestimate the power of negative, pessimistic, and toxic friends. Remove the splinters and you will thank yourself later.
Well, familia, those are our 5 methods of practicing self-love. We hope that you learned something valuable that you can apply to your day-to-day life. Also, let us know your methods. We know that there are literally 100 million of methods to practicing self-love, and we would love to hear yours.
And if you like this format of video compared to our usual reactions, also let us know in the comments below because we would love to know. And familia, we will see you very, very soon.